Hey, I'm Johnny Foxx, and this is stupid. Hey, I'm Johnny Foxx, and big head. Got a big fucking head. Hey, it's me, Johnny Foxx. I'm trying something new, as if anybody cares. Hey, I'm Johnny Foxx, and put the fancy bit on. Hey, you made it. Did you like the fancy bit? I did. I did that. I'm getting good now. So it's the end of June 2025. I am Johnny Foxx, and this is my video diary. Foxx my life. FML, as the kids say. So I'm going to try and do this weekly. I'm going to try and keep it short. Just a little bit. What I've been up to, what I plan to get up to. Skip it. It's not going to be that good. So, late to the party, as I regularly am, fashionably late to most parties, I have, the last week or so, started watching The Walking Dead, if you've ever heard of that. I believe it was mildly popular a little while ago, and still mildly popular in its spin-off ways. I did watch it. I did start watching it originally. It didn't stick. I don't know why. Love me some zombies. But it just didn't stick. So, all these years later, here we go. Well, it's got my attention. I'm in season 5, nearly on season 6, and I don't need to tell you whether it's good or whether I like it. And it's all subjective. Really, I appreciate that it's walkers, shufflers, whatever you want to call them, Romero-style zombies. That was the big takeaway the first time round. It was like, at least it's those guys, not the ones like Usain Bolt running on the ceiling and all of that shit. I like that. It's action-packed, it's fun, but I do like a zombie. In fact, without spoilers, if anyone could tell me in the comments or whatever, in The Walking Dead, so far, 5 seasons, so 5, 6 more to go of the core series. They seem to be really going out of their way to call them anything other than zombies. Like skin eaters, walkers, biters, Reginald, anything other than zombies. It's not like there's no like copyright law, like you can't call them zombies. I don't. What's all that about? I don't get it. It's not like it's set in the real world. It's set relatively like sort of present day at the time of its release. It's not as if the word zombie wouldn't be in all of the survivors' vocabularies. You know, like even if you're not a fan of the movies, comic books, or whatever, video games with zombies, you still know zombies. Everybody knows zombies, what zombies are, at least the basics. So it's very strange that they don't use it. Like nobody, none of the survivors, none of the extras, none of the villains. There are no zombies in The Walking Dead, at least up to the end of season 5, where I am right now, and it's very strange. In fact, the longer it goes on, the more it stands out to me that they keep coming up with inventive new words to call them zombies instead of just calling them zombies. That's how my brain works. That's my takeaway from it. Oh, they've got a baby. How's that going to work? I'm like, why don't they call them zombies? Yeah, so I'm watching that, and when I'm not watching that, I'm playing Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon on Xbox, and I love it. It's the indie darlings Skyrim, better than Skyrim. Not a Skyrim fan. No. Big RPG fan, not a Skyrim fan. Not a Skyrim hater or anything. I mean, who can hate Skyrim, right? But not that big a fan, considering the ridiculous amount of hours I've actually put into it. But I still think it's overrated. Tainted Grail, however, loving it. Just so goth, the whole King Arthur thing. If you're not familiar with it, give it a go. Worth every penny, at like half the price of a AAA game these days. So that's always good, because don't get paid for doing this shit. Talking to you, talking to myself, pretending I'm talking to you. I ain't get paid for that. And rightly so. This is garbage. Are you still here? Weirdo. Um, so what else we've been up to? Work in ridiculous heat is really getting me down. Actually, I'm so drained. I'm so drained. Actually, just getting home, getting cleaned up, and just uh, dying and watching the undead is pretty much all I can manage at the minute in this ridiculous heat. Um, because however warm you think it is, and however warm it officially is out there in the world, it's on average something like 3 to 4 degrees hotter at my place of work, which shall remain nameless. So it's a nightmare. So it's like well into the 30s for the last few weeks or so. But that's me moaning, and you don't want to hear that. Coming up, I have a fantastic online live event coming up. We're going to celebrate the big man, Arn, the governor, the ex-governor, Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's his birthday, the end of July, and we're going to celebrate. We're going to do a live stream. I'm going to have some friends, some guests on, and we're going to talk all things Arnold. I'm not even going to try and do an impression. I've tried many, many times over the years. Who doesn't love Arnie, right? I can't do it, so I'm not going to embarrass myself with that. Although I might have to try and work on it over the next month or so. So that's going to be great. We're going to do an Arnold stream, tribute to the big man. He'll never know, of course. He'll never see it or anything, but we're going to do that. That's going to be great. Before that, of course, there's the big one. There's some big ones. There's Superman and the Fantastic Four to go see. So hyped for that. Looking forward to them. Uh, I really am, even though I'm not much of a fan of either. In the literary sense, in the comic books, never been much of a Superman fan. It's too easy. The whole God thing. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like he's too powerful, and then at the same time he's too weak. You know the whole like Batman Superman thing. Batman with a kryptonite batarang, and anybody. It gets very very contrived. I'm sure you can write a fantastic story, but it can get very very contrived. How you, that guy. You invite Superman round for a cup of tea with some kryptonite or even some synthetic kryptonite. Gaffer taped under the chair. And there he is. Oh, no, no, I'm just man. Shoot him in the fucking head, be done with it. But no, 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 no. Instead of that, there'll be some elaborately timed explosive device while you monologue and then walk away, leaving, plenty of time for, Lois or somebody to come along and just remove the gaffer tape, and then he's all right and goes on and saves the world. And it just gets a bit weird for me. So I don't know. And I'm not entirely confident in James Gunn. I do think he's mildly overrated. I don't know what he's playing at. There's the whole Superman legacy thing, which if we're starting again, we're rebooted. It can't really be a legacy when it's the first one, you idiot. So he dropped that. Finally, it made sense. And the fact that there's like a bazillion other characters going to be in it. I know we don't need to see the origin story again any more than we need to see Uncle Ben die again, I guess. But the first film in a reboot franchise, and you'd have like a bazillion other characters in it, and it's claiming it's still going to be very focused on a Superman story. I mean, if he pulls it off, it's going to be great. So, I'm going in with not the highest expectations, so I'm hoping to come out very pleasantly surprised. Fantastic Four, I'm much more interested in, much more excited about. But I've never been that into the First Family. I like the more sort of modern day First Family. When you hit the Fantastic Four, like in some of the 90s, reboots and some of the more recent stuff. I like it. The old school, like the 60s, 70s Fantastic Four, yeah, it doesn't do anything for me. So, exactly where the cinematic universe is going to sit with how they play these characters is intriguing and makes me want to go see it, and how they fit in with the rest of the very, very modern MCU is going to be a ton of fun. So that is going to be good, and that is going to be a thing that I am going to be doing. And I will now be back here to tell you all about that. And I think that'll do. Just for an introduction, I've been Johnny Foxx. You've been sat here for 10 minutes now, just listening to an old bearded guy ramble on about nothing. Get a life, right? Get a life. Get a girlfriend. Get a boyfriend. Get a sheep. Get something inflatable. Get something electronic. And your options are many and varied. You don't need to be here. But I appreciate you just the same, my friends. I'll see you again.